Brijesh, let's put this into context. It's a lot of fanfare with which this, reunion, 20 saal baad, it could be a Bollywood movie on its own, the way these brothers have come together after 20 years. All that's fine and fair. It harks back to the Thackeray name and the Thackeray legacy. But you look at the battlefield, more importantly, the electoral battlefield right now with the BMC elections coming up. I mean, it looks like these two had to come together because they had nowhere else to go. Brijesh?
I think, it is a battle for survival. And this is the reason why, after 20 years, 20 saal baad, as you very aptly said, these two brothers have decided to come together. The fact of the matter is that after 2024 general election, which saw the currency of both Shiv Sena, NCP Sharad Pawar and Congress party on an upswing, it was majorly deflated in assembly elections, and later on in the local elections it was further deflated. Right now, more than BJP, I think the bigger challenge would be numerically, and especially after the performance of in assembly election, is Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena faction. And it's a huge challenge for these two brothers, and they are left with no other alternative but to come together. I think I wouldn't be giving too much substance to their coming together for the BMC election, because it's literally round the corner. I don't know how much of galvanizing and evoking the Maratha pride would be and would work for these two, because you have Eknath Shinde also chipping on the same vote bank. And the second is, but I think in a slightly longer context, I think this is going to help the Shiv Sena, because Uddhav comes across as a very gentleman, suave, sophisticated, and honestly speaking, he comes as un-Shiv Sena as it could ever be. Now that gap, that the fire of Bala Saheb Thackeray, the mannerism, talking in very abrasive fashion, in your face kind of communication, Raj Thackeray has all of those qualities. So I think Raj Thackeray will be able to fill in a lot of what many Shiv Sainiks feel that Uddhav Thackeray lacks. So that will be there. But again, this will also come at its own handicap, which the Congress party has made it very clear that they are fine with Uddhav Thackeray, who is like minus hardcore Shiv Sainik tendencies of Shiv Sena, rather than with Raj Thackeray, who is literally epitome of it. And I'll just take 5 more seconds. Okay. And the fact is that we saw MNS, one of the MNS of the areas, is starting saying that if anybody who doesn't speak Marathi, he'll be thrashed by us. So it's back to that politics.
Yeah, it's back to that politics. Rennie Abraham is also with us. Rennie, thank you for being with us. Let me quickly take this across to Jayant Mankar. Jayant, that Marathi Manus was the plank on which, in fact, the MNS established itself as a party when it began, and that has been the calling card of the Shiv Sena as a whole, for that matter, ever since the Shiv Sena came out. But how do you see the fact that in the year 2025, as the year 2025 wraps up, with 2026, with the threshold of 2026, these two brothers coming together, how much of a chord do you think they'll be able to strike amongst Marathi-speaking voters in the state of Maharashtra? Do you think that they'll be able to appeal to their, Marathi pride?
Krishna Kumar, first, I liked your punchline, 20 saal baad. It's really fantastic. It's because in Chest Marathi in 2006, while leaving Shiv Sena, Raj Thackeray used a particular Marathi word which means actually priest, badwa. I'm using the word badwa, that is a person who I'm using a person who performs the puja at the priest, who performs the puja at Vitthal, the Pandharpur's deity. They are called as badwa. So now in media, that ba turned out to be, what happened, and then all that outcry and everything. But of
this
course,
is turning into a very different discussion than what I thought. Actually, Jayant Mankar, we'll start with.
Let me. Can I elaborate?
Please continue. Please continue.
Yeah. So then, actually, Raj was obviously referring to Uddhav, that he was very close to Bala Saheb Thackeray, his deity, and all that. So 20 years on, after passing many comments to each other, pinching every now and then, the time has come. Again, what you said is perfect. This is the need of for their own survival. If they don't come together, both Thackerays will go down, of course, along with Balasaheb Thackeray's legacy and the need of our. No, I don't think they have got love for each other. No, their own political survival. They realized everybody understands politics. As we people discuss politics, they also understand what is going on, and they realized if they don't come together now, their own party will go down. As Mr. Raj Thackeray has not won a single MLA in 2019 and 2024. And only one MLA in 2014, so he's going down. Same thing Uddhav also realized with Shinde taking a huge chunk. And if at all they want to survive, with the name Balasaheb Thackeray, and a chance, I should say a chance, given by Devendra Fadnavis, by forcing Hindi in last July. Actually, Hindi is not something anathema for Mumbai. See, Bollywood's hub is Mumbai.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody hates Hindi in this city. But rather, we also speak in local train, we speak in Hindi. That's not the question. But the problem is different. The problem is when it is thrusted from primary school deliberately, then came Raj Thackeray's plank. No, we oppose this. And Raj Thackeray, as you also said, he has the knack of catching the news particularly, like Balasaheb Thackeray. He took that particularly, and immediately Uddhav also realizing that now he is losing the ground. Both brothers on 5th of July joined, and today they are banking on the support of around 35% Maharashtrian voters, still the largest chunk in Mumbai. Now the point is this, which you mentioned about Shinde Sena and everything. If you are giving me, I will elaborate. See, there was a time when Sena votes used to get divided with, to Manasseh or to Shinde Sena or to BJP also. As after 2019 when Uddhav became the chief minister. So since then what happened is like this. But now as both the brothers are together, among the Shiva Sainiks who are getting divided, the so-called upper caste votes of Shiva Sena supporters, they are going in favor of BJP. This is the reality. And I'm saying the so-called lower caste votes are going in favor of Shinde Sena.
Right.
And Uddhav Thackeray is very well aware about this fact.
Yeah.
So there were efforts to bring Congress within the alliance, but Congress did not come. As the point was that Congress's point that our Muslim and Dalit, the chunk of votes, they get transferred to Shiva Sena. But Shiva Sainiks, they don't get transferred to Congress.
Yeah.
Rather they get divided between Sena and BJP.
Yeah.
So Congress declared their own politics, which is good for them. That is what they said, we don't want you. Uddhav is playing the same thing, that what is good for him. But at the same point, when Uddhav is not getting the chunk of Muslim Dalit votes, which actually gave him more Lok Sabha seats, if you remember, in 2024, as well as in assembly, as he will be missing that chunk of Muslim and Dalit votes, he has to compensate from other sources, that is MNS, or if he will fall short, say around 100 or so, he and his brother will be, he will need the support of Congress to come to the power, and that is what Congress is also eyeing for.
Okay. Rennie Abraham, a lot of things need to go right for Uddhav to see what to get what he wants. There is a BMC elections coming up. Brijesh and I have been talking the same thing. It's too close. BMC elections is too close for them to sort of galvanize, the forces on ground and ensure, that the electorate comes and votes for them. But of course, this is not just about the upcoming BMC elections. This is the roadmap for the near future, at least up until the next Maharashtra State Assembly elections, isn't it?
That's very correct of you to say, Krishna Kumar. And if I may borrow Jan Mankar's referring to the 20 Saal Baad tagline that you have themed on this discussion, as well as Brijbhushan Pandey's point about Uddhav Thackeray being not as aggressive as Raj Thackeray, I would like to do two things. One, set the record straight. As far as 20 Saal Baad is concerned, let me point out to you that as a news journalist based out of Mumbai, working at the Current Weekly at the time, back in 1996, when Bala Saheb had to undergo a bypass surgery, I was, assigned the task to write a news article about who would be taking forward his political legacy in the eventuality at that time of his surgeries not working out. And I was fortunate to speak to a lot of people in the Shiv Sena. And my article, the headline read, "After Bala Saheb Thackeray, it's Uddhav Raj, not Raj's Raj." And that was exactly proven true 9 years later, when Uddhav Thackeray in 2005 was actually anointed as the supremo of the Shiv Sena party. That led to Raj Thackeray moving out. Now, coming to my slight disagreement with Brij Mohan, although Uddhav Thackeray has been a very softer version of his father, Bala Saheb Thackeray, and his own cousin, Raj Thackeray, who has stridently performed and pursued with that aggressive stance that Bala Saheb always ensured, we must not forget that Uddhav Thackeray and the Shiv Sena was able to register 63 MLAs in 2014. It was a dream that Bala Saheb himself could never achieve. In fact, he always lamented openly, "Are ekda tari 60 varti za," meaning at least get 60 plus MLAs of the Shiv Sena elected in Maharashtra. This was achieved by Uddhav Thackeray.